This track for Hurricane Idalia getting stronger right now as it barrels towards Florida's Gulf coastline. Here's a live look right now in Sanibel Causeway. This is right near Fort Myers Beach. You can see the waves and the wind is picking up and the camera's shaking a little bit there as well. The storm could be an unprecedented event for the Big Bend area of Florida. It's predicted to make landfall in less than 24 hours, and then by then, it could be a Category 3 hurricane, and we're already seeing the water rise in places like Fort Myers. Millions are facing the threats of a storm surge as well. So this afternoon, Governor Brian Kemp issued a state of emergency for here in Georgia to make sure we are ready for any of those impacts.
Unrelated to Idalia, we also have another round of strong storms in store moving through metro Atlanta tonight. So let's get you right on over to our chief meteorologist, Chris Holcomb, who's tracking all of that for us right now. Chris.
And thank goodness the storms tonight are not as widespread and not as intense as the ones we had yesterday. And in fact, in Atlanta right now, we're looking pretty good. But just to the east of us and south of us, we do have some storms that are showing some thunder and lightning with those. These here that have been moving through Henry County earlier are now up into Rockdale County. They're pushing in right on the Rockdale and Gwinnett County line, right along I-20, where we have heavy rain, thunder, and lightning with those. That stretches back into parts of Newton County as well. That's pushing up toward Covington. Again, thunder and lightning, some gusty winds, but not severe and not as strong as yesterday. Additional showers and storms in West Georgia. Also keeping an eye on these. These are storms more enhanced by Idalia down to the south. It's pushing up toward the north with heavy rain, thunder, and lightning, some of that getting closer to the Thomaston area. Here is Idalia right now. You can see the center of circulation there in the Gulf of Mexico. But look at this on the right-hand side, spreading these rain bands and storms into the western coast of Florida. The hurricane is now upgraded to a Category 2 hurricane, and it's expected to be a Category 3 at landfall during the day tomorrow. You can see it's still targeting right around that Big Bend region here. Then the remnants move up into parts of southeast Georgia, still as a Category 1 tomorrow afternoon in Georgia, and then a tropical storm as it moves up toward the north and east. We will be on the quieter side of this system. It doesn't mean we'll escape the impacts, but our impacts will be a little bit lower. We're going to be breaking down those impacts for you in just a little bit. But you know, we've had plenty of storms around already yesterday and last night. Latasha Givens joins us right now. Latasha, you've been surveying some of that damage, and I'm sure people hearing about more storms and a hurricane in the Gulf don't want to see more rain and damage for their areas.
That's right, Chris. They are certainly not looking forward to that more rain coming. Now, I'm standing in front of the last road in Cobb County that remains closed, a much different scene than yesterday. But most of the areas around the metro that were flooded yesterday are now dry on the surface. But as you just mentioned, Chris, that could change with more rain coming. Flooding on the freeway, ponding on pavement, and washed out roads like this one, all remnants of Monday's flash flooding.
We're talking a couple of inches an hour, so somewhere between 3 to 4 inches within 5 hours. That is an excessive amount of precipitation into the system in a short period of time.
Some drivers wanted to know if more drains are needed in the metro or if there's a way to prevent scenes like these from reoccurring. We asked Natalie Dale with the Georgia Department of Transportation.
When you get this type of precipitation that falls, it's not indicative of a system that isn't substantial. It's indicative of a storm that brings more rain than the system can handle.
Dell says there are other factors that played a role, like the amount of heavy wind that carried debris like tree branches and littered trash that also clogged drains. And GDOT crews spent the day surveying roads all over the metro on the side streets and the highways to make sure drains in those areas are clear. Chris, back to you.
All right, Latasha, I know those people are going to be bracing for some additional rain that could move into our area during the day tomorrow. We want you to keep up to date on these showers and storms here. All you have to do is download our 11 Alive app. I want to take this full screen because you see the QR code there. Take out your phone, open the camera app, scan that QR code. You can not only see our local radar and also weather information here, but on the radar map, you can actually toggle on the tropical tracks that will allow you to see the track of the hurricane and where it is headed. So be sure to download the 11 Alive app for all of that information. We'll have more on our potential impacts here in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, see you in a couple of minutes.